Grade 9 learners. In Kakamega County, 82 classrooms will be built in the first phase, with a total of 502 classrooms planned overall. The Regional Director of Education, Jared Obiero, announced that the funds have already been disbursed and local contractors have been selected to carry out the work.
We are constructing 12 new classrooms for grade 9 that grade 9 are going to use come next year. This is in preparation for the transition in the CBC classes. We are happy the government has allocated us in this phase 1, Kakamega County. We have 82 classrooms, and then in phase 2 we'll be having 420 classrooms. The whole of Western region will be doing 2,200 classrooms across all our counties. This time the government has been graceful enough to allow the money to go to the schools directly, and it's the Board of Management that's going to handle this fund. Our work as Education Office will only be to supervise and see what's going on.
We also want to appreciate the government for that effort to facilitate the project of CBC, and we have worked with the previous projects in this place, and we have spent minimal amounts in coming out with an excellent structures and piece of work. And this time we are advantaged that we have been given a great job to do, and we will supervise it. Already committees are in place according to the government requirements, and we are ready to start.
On behalf of my students, we are very happy, and we appreciate the Minister of Education. We are getting 12 classrooms. Next year, we are anticipating to have 600 students in grade 9.
Tourism and Wildlife Cabinet Secretary has officially taken her new docket from her predecessor, Alfred Mutua, with a pledge to fast-track strategies aimed at unlocking the immense potential of Kenya's tourism sector. Speaking during the official handover ceremony at the Ministry of Tourism and Wildlife headquarters in Nairobi, CS Miano affirmed that she would lead consultations in revamping the national tourism policy to serve emerging trends, given the ever-changing tastes of tourists, citing that the sector holds significant promise in boosting the country's economic growth. The CS was categorical on the need to enhance product diversification that caters to modern tastes and boost the country's competitive edge.
I urge all of us to make it our duty to aggregate small but continuous daily efforts in order to mount a fresh case for tourism and wildlife conservation in Kenya. We can and will create sensations that will fuel imagination merely by retelling the story of Kenya.
In terms of tourism numbers, we're very happy because we set the track properly for proper marketing of this country. This country is not marketed as much as it should. Kenya Tourism Board, June and the team, we had very many meetings, and they'll be able to brief you. We are continuing with a big picture of Africa and where we are supposed to go. In terms of conservation, we agreed to host every 2 years a biodiversity conference, putting Kenya at a very high level.
A former investigator in a 50 million court case pitting a businessman and asset recovery agency was on Wednesday put to task to explain if the money they fortified was proceeds of crime. Mwasia Musyoki appeared before a trial judge, Patrick Otieno, where he was being cross-examined in the case of a businessman. Anthony Odiero has denied acquiring high-end vehicles and 50 million shillings through proceeds of crime. The retired investigator with the agency was being cross-examined by lawyer Ndegwa Njiru, who is representing Odiero, the complainant in the suit. Musyoki said he commenced investigations into the allegations, and depending on the nature of the information, he found it to be money laundering. The investigator further revealed that even though they suspected Odiero of money laundering, there was no link leading to where the money could have come from.
On where the money is coming from.
So it was basically on issues of suspicion.
It is not suspicion because money is there. The money is there.
Yeah, but how did that money, where did that money come from?
The respondent,
did you establish?
the respondent walked, I established.
You established. Thank you.
Just a minute. I established.
Let him explain.
Let me explain.
For my sake.
I established, my lord, that the respondent walked in at the bank, at National Bank, and they deposited the money in the account. And in his personal account, not business.
It's okay. So the offense is that of depositing money in his personal account, correct?
No, that is not the offense.
What is the offense?
The offense is the act.
The act, which act?
The act of depositing the money,
yes,
which is not known the source,
yes,
and split in small bits so that it does not pass the threshold of reporting at the CBK.
Did you capture that in your affidavit? Have you captured that anywhere in your affidavit? What you have just stated. Have you captured it?
Facts.
Have you, excuse me, Mr. Witness. Have you captured that one in your affidavit?
As you go ahead, you'll see how the deposits are made, which is a...
Tourism stakeholders in Malindi, K24 County are breathing a sigh of relief following an increase in the number of tourists visiting the area. According to the chairperson of the Kenya Association of Hotel Keepers and Caterers in the North Coast region, Maureen Awuor, hotels have registered more than 50% of the volume of visitors. This marked improvement for the sector, which has been plagued by challenges since the COVID-19 pandemic. Stakeholders have called on the government to further improve the infrastructure in the country to attract more tourists.
The hotels are ready, very ready for the arrival of our guests, even the domestic guests, even international guests. Everyone is ready, all the rooms are ready, everything is okay, the staffs have been trained, and they are only waiting for the arrivals. And I think most of the hotels, they have a very good focus. If anybody, I believe if a hotel is recording more than 50% to 60% occupancy, that's already something good. Yeah, because I can tell you for sure that has not been happening before, but now we have it.
There are so many sectors which the government can improve the tourism sector. One being the security, because you have seen Mandamano, which most we have some booking cancelled. And again, infrastructure, which is very important. When they are coming from the airport, coming to this destination, going to the park, coming to our restaurants, we really need some improvement. Apart from that, there are some rates, which I've seen they are a little bit high. If they can review or adjust for the tourists to come, it will be much better.
Well, thank you for making time for the segment. I'm Alan Owino. Our sign language interpreter for this session has been Evelyn Wangoi. Don't touch that dial, because coming right up next is Jungula Sporty, courtesy of Abula Ahmed. That was a lovely one.